Recording receivables and payables. Hello everyone, this is Jess Alcaraz. I teach people accounting, business, and financial literacy concepts. And for this video, we will be learning kung paano magre-record ng mga receivables and payables using the Manager IO accounting software. So it's been a while, I think around 2 weeks na siguro because I had my vacation last week. And actually kakauwi ko lang kahapon. And to give value sa mga gabi nyo, matututunan natin for this video kung paano magre-record ng payables and receivables together with monitoring the receivables and payables per supplier and per customer. So if you have been recording sales and expenses using Excel or manual books, most likely you are having hard time monitoring kung magkano na yung payables mo per supplier as well as yung receivable mo per customer. Siguro you might be having a separate Google Sheet or Excel spreadsheet or a separate notebook for all of those things. But sometimes it's not really that updated kasi nga it's quite hard to monitor having or to record, to keep an updated recording kung marami kang files na mini-maintain. Separate sheets, separate notebooks. But by using an accounting software wherein integrated lahat ng ito, it will definitely make your life more convenient and at the same time, mas magiging organized yung data mo. So let's just proceed into the discussion. Okay, ayan. So this is just a continuation of our discussions on the different features of the software. So if you can remember, nakapag-discuss na tayo kung paano mag-record ng sales, ng expenses, as well as paano gamitin yung inventory feature ng Manager IO. So this time, unahin muna natin ang pagre-record ng payables. So punta tayo sa Customize and then we enable suppliers tsaka purchase invoice. Again, suppliers tsaka purchase invoice. Then, update tayo. So, for the purpose of this discussion, gawa tayo ng dalawang supplier. Supplier 1, okay, you can put your address, the email, as well as the attachment, image attachment, siguro yung business card nila or yung mga items for sale together with their quotation. Depende na yun sa'yo kung anong ilalagay mo dito. Then, supplier 2. So if you go to suppliers, meron tayong dalawang supplier dyan. So let's now make a purchase. So again, if you will be making purchase, pwede mo siyang idaan sa payments. Pwede mo rin siyang idaan sa purchase invoice. Typically, if you will be paying cash for the purchase, payments, we can use payments. But if idadaan mo pa siya as a payable kasi may credit line ka, meaning pwede kang umutang sa supplier mo, then you can use the purchase invoice. So let's make some purchase invoice. So click new purchase invoice, specify the date kung kailan mo binili. And then the due date, okay, take note sa due date, pwede kang maglagay dito ng days. Kung kunwari 30 days yung binigay sa'yo na term or 60 or 90. So pwede yung ganun. Or if it is a specific date, kunwari babayaran mo siya by next month, kunwari June 2, pwede rin. So let's just use the days. Lagyan natin 30 days. And then you have to identify sino supplier yung bibilhan mo. Supplier 1. And then kung ano yung mga bibilhin mo. So let's say bibili tayo ng product A, product B, tsaka product C. 10. And then let's say 25 pesos, 30 pesos, tsaka 50 pesos. For a total of 1,050. Okay, you can add a freight in. So freight in is typically expenses directly related sa purchases mo. So kunwari, bumili ka, tapos meron siyang corresponding na transportation, and you don't want that transportation to be expense, but rather gusto mo siyang i-incorporate sa value ng inventory mo, you can use the freight in option. Okay? So for this purpose, wag na natin siyang ilagay to make it simple. And let's also click that it also acts as a goods receipt. Meaning, after recording this purchase, this set of purchases and inventory will be added into our inventory for the default location. So if meron kang resibo or any other documents, you can attach it here, then create. So, meron na tayong purchase invoice. So again, this purchase invoice will add items into our inventory, and then at the same time, it will create a payable account. So if you go to summary, meron na tayong accounts payable 1,050. And if you go to suppliers, makikita natin dyan na for supplier number 1, meron tayong payable na 1,050. So let's add another purchase invoice. So kay supplier 2 naman. And then, bumili tayo ng isang product eh. 100 tapos 30 pesos. Then, great. So again, go to summary. Updated na yung accounts payable natin. And for the suppliers, meron tayong accounts payable, a total of 4,050. Now, what will, so if you check inventory, ayan, nalagdagan na yung inventory natin. If you click product A, so there is a purchase of 100 and there's also purchase of 10. Ayan yung movement ng inventory A natin. Because again, in the previous discussion, na-discuss na natin tong inventory. Okay, now, how will you be recording the payments? Kunwari, magbabayad na tayo sa mga suppliers na ito. So, two ways na pwede natin gawin yan. We can go to our purchase invoices, or you can just go to your suppliers, click the accounts payable, okay? And then, we can view ito, this particular purchase invoice, view it, and then click payment. So take note, 1,050 yung invoice payable net for this one. So new payment. So saan kukunin yung payment? Paid from, cash on hand. And then, sabihin natin, instead of paying it in full, babayaran lang muna natin ng 500. Okay? So, great. So automatically, yung cash natin, cash and cash equivalents natin, will be reduced by the 500 na binayad natin. And then, the interesting thing about this feature is that if you go to suppliers, okay, updated na rin yung payable balance natin for supplier 1. If you click this one, nag-umpisa tayo with an invoice of 150 because of the purchase invoice, and then nabawasan siya ng 500 because of the payment. So, we can monitor the transaction per supplier using this feature. So again, sobrang dali. And if marami kang typical, nangyayari kasi yon na marami kang invoices to one particular supplier. And then, hindi mo na siya, pag nagbabayad ka, hindi mo na siya natototal based on the invoices. Tapos magbabayad ka lang ng buo. Let's say, 5 tag 20,000 na purchase invoice, a total of 100,000. Tapos magbabayad ka ng 40,000. So kung ganun yung gagawin mo, you can just go to payments, then new payment, then specify kung saan mo gagamitin, saan mo kukunin yung pambayad, and then payee, supplier, then supplier number 1. And then dito sa account, look for accounts payable, and then sa supplier number 1, you can just input the amount na ibabayad mo, and then the system will apply the payment sa pinaka matagal na invoice. So, hindi mo kailangan na isa-isahin mong ang pagbabayad based on the invoice. You can just go to payments, ganito yung i-input mo, and then encode how much you are paying for that certain supplier. And again, the system will automatically apply it sa pinakamatagal na invoice para hindi mo na kailangang isa-isahin bayaran yung mga invoices. Especially kung napakaraming invoice to one supplier. Okay? Kung meron ka ring numbering or coding sa mga invoices mo, you can also apply it here. Can click this one, apply, apply. So, pwedeng ganun. Okay, so we're done with recording payables and then paying those payables. Next would be recording of receivables. So go to customize, click natin yung customers, and then click din natin yung sales invoice. Update. So it will add the customer tab and the sales invoice tab. So gawa tayo ng dalawang customers. Customer A, customer B. So we have two customers here. And then, gawa tayo ng sales invoice. Again, as a review, when recording sales, pwede kang dumaan sa receipts if yung sales mo is a cash sale, meaning kapag kabenta mo, binayaran ka agad. But if nakabenta ka pero inutang siya ng isang customer mo, idadaan natin yan sa sales invoice. So anong gagawin yan? So by recording it in the sales invoice, you are recording sales and then at the same time, you are also recording a receivable. Again, record sales and then record receivable. So gawa tayo ng invoice. So just like kanina, the issue date, you can use the due date by net. Depende kung 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 15 days. Or pwede ding a specific date. So kailangan bayaran by May 15. Specify sinong customer yung nangutang, customer A. And then kung ano yung inutang na mga products. So product A, product B. Kunwari, 20. Tapos 30. Nakabenta at 50 and then 75. So there are other custom accounts that you can use here but will not be discussing them. Focus lang muna tayo dito sa pinaka-basic. And then, create. So again, nakabenta tayo ng product A and then product B for a total sales invoice of 3,250. Ayan. If you go again sa inventory natin for product A, kita nyo yung movement. Bumili tayo ng 100, ng 10, and then nabawasan siya ng 20. Balance ng inventory natin for product A is 160. And then at the same time, if you go to our sales, nadagdagan yung sales natin by the following. 2,250 and then 1,000. Yan yung sales natin for this particular transaction. And then, at the same time, yung receivable natin, nadagdagan din. Ayan, accounts receivable. So, if you click it, lalabas yung mga breakdown ng accounts receivable wherein meron tayo utang, may utang si customer A sa atin na 3,250. Okay. So, paano yan kapag nakakolekta na tayo? By the way, before mangolekta, we can view this invoice. Ayan, if you notice, we can actually print this one. Okay, we can print this. Pwede natin i-save as a PDF. And then, i-send natin, i-email natin sa mga customers natin, telling them na, okay, may invoice ka sa akin. Ito yung dapat mong bayaran. Ito yung due date. Ito yung invoice date. Ito yung due date. Ito yung mga binili mo. Ito yung total. So, again, you can do that. So, kunwari, nakapagbayad na siya. Okay, nakakolekta na tayo. So, new receipt. saan pumasok yung pera, cash on hand, and then, let's say, 2,000 pesos lang yung binayad niya. Then, create. So, if you go to our summary, yung accounts receivable natin nabawasan. So, naging 1,250 na lang siya. And then, yung cash and cash equivalents natin have already increased by 2,000 pesos because of the collection. If you go to the customers tab, ayan, updated na. From 3,250, nakapagbayad ng 2,000 rather. So, therefore, the balance for this particular customer is 1,250. Again, you will be able to monitor kung magkano na ang collection mo per customer together with yung receivables natin from them. So I guess that's it. Thank you so much. And if may question kayo, feel free to ask in the comment section.